Hello everyone and welcome back to the first video in a while actually. It's been quite some time since I put a video out. Had some issues with the PC, so we're back now though. Update 35 is just released on the PC and I thought I'd best get you guys my first build of the patch. And I thought I'll do something a bit different, a build I haven't done on the channel at all yet. And it's going to be Magicka Dragonknight. I looking through the patch notes and stuff, it's still a really viable option here. I jumped on the PTS, tested it out, and I really like it. And I think you guys will do really well with it as well. I need to get my Dragonknight a few more skills leveled up on the live server to really give him a good shot. And I don't really like giving you guys a build without testing it live. But I managed to find some people who would jump into Cyrodil, do some duels with me and stuff like that. So I have given it a good little test. And honestly, I think you guys are going to run absolutely fine with this. So we got a high elf Dragonknight here. Nothing major going on right now. We are pushing into weapon damage. Now, similar when I do my Stamina Templar build, right, you'll be aware that I normally push into spell damage because the Templars, regardless of Stamina or Magicka based class, you get a passive that pushes up your spell damage regardless. So, and because of the hybridization, most sets will proc off whichever one's highest now. Same with Dragonknights. You always want to push, whether you're doing Stamina or Magicka, you always want to push into your weapon damage. Okay? Running 44 and 20 in the health. Bear in mind if you're not going to have all gold or whatever and stuff like that. Bear in mind, do your attributes last, as I always do tell you. Just to make sure that you can balance it out right and try and aim for like 30,000 health if you want. I'm starting to lower it a little bit. I think personally, like for myself now, I'm kind of happy to move down to like the 28,000. But yeah, that was fine. We got the warrior boon. We got major prophecy, major savagery up constantly at all times, which is really good for our crit. And we're running smoke bear haunch anyway. So onto the gear super quick. It's quite a good standardized setup here. You got Purist of the Trainee or Gallant Chain, whatever on the live servo. Our offensive set is going to be Burning Spellweave. Dungeon set, if you wanted to swap this out, you could put Kind March Cruelty is like kind of a good craftable set, which is really good to use if you really wanted to. Which is fine. But then you might want to use something different on the back bar rather than Rallying Cry. You could run something like Deirdre's Trickery, for example, on the back bar and Kind March Cruelty on the front bar. That's another kind of valuable, kind of an easier combination to get. But here we're running offensive, so you get your Burning Spellweave. We're running Maces as well. We don't actually use any... We use all class skill abilities. So I thought I'd just put some maces in here to help push up the pen a little bit. With Nernhorned and Charged, you could change that to Sharpened if you really want to push your pen a little bit higher. These are all impenetrable. Everything on the body is impenetrable, apart from the chest, which is reinforced. All pretty much light. We have one heavy, one medium on the chest. So we're actually running 2 heavy here, and then 4 pieces of light. You could maybe, if you wanted to, swap out the head and go light, or, for example, and run 5-piece light. Go a bit more traditional, 1 heavy, 1 medium. 2 heavy is fine. I made this build a little bit tankier than I normally would, so that's probably why. All impen, all tri-stats on the body, and we got 1-piece Rallying Cry on the body there as well. 2 Rallying Cry rings. Again, both infused with weapon damage enchant. Remember, we're pushing into that. Back bar for the Rallying Cry there. We've got the defending Resto staff. You could use the ice staff as well if you really want to. And then remember, that's only... I can't really show you guys exactly what it likes buffed up because you need to be into Cyrodil to buff it up. Or you need to be in like a battleground or something PvP related when Battle Spirit's active. And that's fine. You're running an Absorb Magicka enchant on that. We're running Charged and Poisoned on the front bar, Nernhorned and Charged on the traits there. And then for the Mythic, we're running Sea Serpent's Coil. You could run Marken, Ring of Majesty if you really wanted to here. This is a really good Mythic, so, when we're at full health, we gain 40% damage reduction, so that first hit's not going to hit for as much. After we do take damage, though, while at full health, in combat, we gain Serpent's Rebuke for 10 seconds, which snares ourselves by 40%, but it gains us Major Berserk and Major Courage, increases our damage done by 10%, and all our weapon spell damage by 430 as well. So we actually gain our weapon and spell damage here. Rather than a buff through those skills, we get it from taking damage. Alright, sounds a bit stupid, but you can see on our back bar here, we're sitting at like 20,000 resistance before any major or minor resolve or anything clicking on like that. And then we've got a little bit less, obviously, on the front bar, because that's going to be on our offense. Fully buffed up. Let's quickly fully buff it up. You see there, our weapon damage doesn't go up that much. Pen, nothing really changes massively on the pen, but we're going to... recovery's looking low here. I need to add the pot in, to apologise. Again, remember, though, we haven't actually buffed up our Major Brutality yet. We need to take damage for that. So let me try and do that a second and see if I can do it for you guys. And there we go. We should have... We get Minor Courage, Minor Resolve, all this. Seething Fury, which is all... we haven't got our Serpent's Rebuke yet, I don't believe. But anyway... You're going to gain it. Your weapon damage is going to puff up when you take damage. So yeah, that's how you're going to gain them extra... The extra damage, basically, from that is by taking damage from players, basically, with this active. Okay. So as soon as the... Bear in mind, though, as soon as Serpent's Rebuke becomes active, you get that for 10 seconds. But you lose your 40% damage reduction. Okay? But this just makes you a little bit tanky. You can kind of buff up, you know, before you get hit. Yeah, so our weapon damage is going over 5,000. We're getting 23,000 resistance on the front bar and 26,000/23 on the back bar. Really good. And then we want to... Obviously, our recovery is quite low at the minute. We get a reduced spell cost there, but for example, I use Absorb Magicka on the back bar to gain back a little bit of our Magicka, so our recovery is not too bad, as much as as low as it looks there. But then obviously we're gonna get our major recoveries from like a pot, so you could just use like a tri-stat pot would run fine here. You just probably want the tri-stat one, to be fair. That one would be fine, I reckon. So there you go. Your magic recovery, again, remember, that's going to half. And that is quite low. Like, don't get me wrong. You can change this out in the CP points if you really wanted to. But again, I'm just recovering Magicka by doing this. And then I've just realized Degeneration also gives us Major Brutality, Major Sorcery as well. So there you go then. So you don't have to necessarily worry about the Serpent's Rebuke. I didn't realize that actually came on there, to be fair. But again, I'll quickly run through the skills. So Shattering Rock, this encases enemy in Molten Rock, stunning them. This is your stun base ability. Molten Whip is basically your spammable, nice and simple. Engulfing Flames, like a nice dot. Affect enemies take more damage from all flame damage attacks based on your weapon and spell damage. With a maximum of 6% bonus damage taken. Our current value is 4%, which is fine. Burning Embers, this is like our kind of a bit of a heal. Enemies hit by the initial hit afflict with burning status effect as well. Really good opener. And we heal for 102% of the damage done with this ability. And deals quite a bit of flame damage as well. All helps proc the burning spell weave. And then Flames of Rebellion, while slotted, we gain Major Prophecy, Major Savagery, which increases our spell and weapon crit rating. Rather than having Camouflaged Hunter, for example, here we can use a skill line ability. And this kind of just spits out fireballs at 3 enemies every 5 seconds, dealing 6,484 flame damage. Again, just adding more flame damage as much as we can, hence why I've used pretty much all skills. Ultimate, Ferocious Sleep. If you're a Dragonknight, why would you ever run anything else? Back bar, we got Rat, Race Against Time. You know, remove our snares and immobilizations from you and grant immunity to them for 4 seconds. Obviously, Gazers are minor force, help with the crit damage. And obviously, we get our Major Expedition from here as well. Degeneration. Blind enemy, another dot. Again, excess magic spills out from them, granting you Major Brutality, Major Sorcery. So again, that's where we're gaining that from. Radiant Regeneration, share your staff's life, giving energy healing you for up to 3 nearby allies for 10,926. I personally like this one because I run this. If I was going to run this build, it's built probably more for Cyrodil than it is Battlegrounds. You could run it in Battlegrounds, but remember you're going to lose some CP and your recovery is already quite low anyway. So maybe you need to add in a couple of recovery glyphs rather than damage glyphs in that one, for example. And you could run Rapid if you really want to. Coagulating Blood is just a massive heal. It doesn't heal for as much as it used to, but it still works. It also gains us Major Fortitude, increasing our health recovery by 30% for 20 seconds. And then our Volatile Armor, which is basically our Major Resolve, gives us our extra resistance that we get there. In cases you're in armor, it's pretty cool. And then Temporal Guard, which is our undo kind of get out of jail free card. And also while it's slotted, when we're on our back bar, we gain minor protection, reduce any damage we take by 5%. Really good build. Quickly, last little bit here, the champion points, just super quick. Deadly Aim, Master at Arms, Ironclad, and Force of Nature. Increasing our offensive pen there for us, which is fine. Red Tree, we're going to sustain by suffering, Pain's Refuge, Survival Instincts, Relentless. If you want to swap out Relentless for Rejuvenation to get your recovery up a little bit more, you could. That would probably work as well, fine. This is more for being stunned or feared, causes you to gain major protection, which I quite like because everyone stuns at the moment. And then the Green Tree, if you really want to know, Steed's Blessing, Rationer, Gifted Rider, Warmount. You could get rid of Warmount for liquid efficiency or something like that if you don't have enough CP for it. And yeah, there you go, guys. In fact, a few of you guys asked about motives last time, so I'll quickly run through and let you guys know what this set is wearing. So Kai, I don't even know how to say it, but it's that one. Ebonheart Pauldrons, and then the rest is Annihilar, I don't know, Chosen Boots. It's one of the newer sets. Order of the Hour staff on the back bar there, and then Dromathra swords on the front bar. They're all Void Pitch Black. The rest is all Legates Black with some Ruby's Red Thrones on there as well. You can just take a little look, screenshot it, do whatever you want if you want to run that. I'll run through it quickly again. Them two, and then that one, and there you go. I think it looks pretty cool. I'm pretty sure I went through everything there with you guys. Again, just remember, you're gonna get your pots up. You could run another option for pots is if I find it, it's like recovers your spell damage. Where is it? So it's Recover Magicka, Minor Heroism plus Stamina. Is also a really good option that I'm going to test out a little bit. But honestly, just running Tri-Stats will do you just fine. I genuinely just don't think Tri-Stats are ever a bad option. They're always a safe bet in any PvP situation. So yeah, there you go, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. I'm going to get as much more of these videos out as much as I can. If you enjoyed the video, please do drop a like and subscribe. And again, thank you very much. I'll see you on the next one. Take care, and bye-bye.